All right, guys. This is a video for you guys. The other day I posted up something about Nintendo, right? And what's that called? And consoles. Well, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I've been dealing with for the past couple of years, or most of my life. I used to play PC games on a constant basis, but I also play console games. But I am going to explain to you guys how you guys can save yourself a whole lot of money into not actually having to uh, buy these things. Now, if you look behind me, those are all console games. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, 5 games, and so on and so forth. Those are just PlayStation games. Over there, you see right there, that's all PlayStation stuff. Which, I mean, if you really want to know the truth, I mean, that's awesome. I have a big library. I can pick out games what I want to play, put a disc in, it works out. You can put the games in there and it works out. This doesn't really have a big setup like everybody else does. But everybody's going to ask me, well, why don't you have a PlayStation 5 there? And I'm like, well, is because I refuse to buy the same console over and over again, right? I used to have a PlayStation Plus account, but except for I don't anymore because, well, when I did have a PlayStation Plus account, I mean it's nice, but you have to buy your way to play on the internet, and I didn't really like that too much. And then what I got from PlayStation Plus, if you don't pay the monthly fee, you get locked out of the games you get for free that you've been paying for, the whole time. And if you own the disc, of course, well, you can always pop the disc in and whatnot, which is fine. That works out just fine. I mean, you'll still get your updates and everything, but you still cannot play online. That's disappointing. So, in console games, which don't get me wrong, I love playing console games and everything else like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, I still, to this day, will play console games. They're a lot of fun. I mean, I've got a lot of exclusive games, but since I do know how to work the computer very well, I don't need to do that. I can put my console games on a PC and I don't have to use it like that anymore. So I have my games on that hard drive and that hard drive. So I don't really play games on there. Actually, I use my PlayStation as a Roku box, technically, for watching TV now. Now, let me show you guys how I play video games now. So of course I have a PC right here, which I'm sure you guys have seen me play on it all the time, in which you see my son over there playing on his PC. I've got PCs all over my house. How about that? But this is my new console, which is about as much powerful as a PlayStation 5, even better. So, I'll show you how good this thing is. I'm going to switch this to the other thing, just like anything else, and I'm going to turn this thing on for you. So, instead of me having my PlayStation 5 controllers, see, I got PlayStation 5 controllers. I have that connected to that thing, which I have. These PlayStation 5 controllers are awesome. Don't get me wrong. But I can turn on I'm turning on my PlayStation 5 controller. That turns on my Steam Deck right here, in which I got to give it a little bit of time here because I'm launching it. And what's that called? It plays everything, right? Everything. And this is a PC. Hold on one second. I gotta get in there. Get into my thing here. Okay. So now it launches. Welcome to the wonderful world of PC. If you've never been here before, it will blow your fucking mind. First off, now this is my PC. I can play every single video game that you would play on a console on that. Right? You see? And we're talking about everything and anything that you would ever see on a console. On that. That thing has 2 terabytes in it, which I can hold on. Well, right now, what I have in it, and it's not even full, is if you look on top there, I'm running, that's how many I have installed on that thing. That's not including that I got another 3 terabytes sitting there in a hard drive that I can add more games into it. And that's how many I can download from Steam. Well, that's how many I own so far, right? So I can pull up anything, and I mean anything. And I'm not just talking about where you're restricted on PlayStation. I'm not restricted. As a matter of fact, I can play games that you guys would never see on PlayStation because they're either too nasty, they have porn in it, they have everything in it. Everything. Anything and everything that you can possibly imagine, like Sonic the Hedgehog. I can even play PlayStation 5 games on here. And I've been doing this for years. And I don't have to pay for an internet connection. And it works just like a PlayStation. All I'm trying to tell you guys is y'all been wasting your money for years. And I've had not to buy a new PC to play new games and stuff like that. They just play. I don't have to go buy a new console system to play my new games or anything else like that. I can just play them. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Even those Nintendo games. I can go on my PC and pull up Mario Brothers right now, emulated, and have no problems playing it, sitting there playing Duck Hunt, having a good time. I'm just giving you guys a heads up because I know that it's kind of frustrating. Everything's starting to cost a lot of money. Well, whenever I buy PC games, not all the time do they cost a lot of money. But I'm going to show y'all a little trick of where I get these things from, right? And I know you guys want to see me launch one, I'm sure. Here, how about this? I will launch one for you real quick just to show you how clean this thing is, right? And, hold on, let's see here. Let me pull up something that is graphic intensive for you. So you can see that I'm not kidding. This is hold on, let's see here. See, I got that new Indiana Jones in here. You see that right there? That's on Xbox and PlayStation 5 or whatever. You can play that shit on there, and that's what it is, right? But let me show you something here. Hold on one second here. Hold on. Damn. Here we go. This one is brand spanking new. This just came out like maybe about a week ago, right? 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 I can program my controllers to this thing. And, shit, man, it looks beautiful. Beautiful as hell, right? Hold on. We're waiting for it to launch. Little loading screen. Mind you, this is still, it's still a console system, but I can pull up Linux on this thing and it will work just like a computer. I can hook up a keyboard and a mouse to it. I can play the RTS games like Command and Conquer and things like that. Anything. I can hook up 4, 5, 6, 8 controllers to this thing and play games on it. I can do all kinds of stuff on this thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've never had a problem with it. If you're not computer illiterate, it's a rough thing, it runs. But look here we go. So this thing is running. You see that? Running at 60 frames per second right now. I even can overclock this thing because it's a PC. So it runs great. Look at that. Running the Unreal Engine on here. And look at this. Watch. Watch. This is going to... Look at that. Beautiful, right? Gorgeous. Y'all been paying way too much. $60? $70 a game? And then what? Nintendo's going to charge me fucking $90 plus tax, which comes out to $110 for a video game? Get the fuck out of town, right? When I only have to stick it on this fucking thing and here we go, right? So here, let me show you guys something, right? Hold on. That's beautiful, right? Beautiful. Look at those graphics. And I can play games that you guys would not be able to touch because they don't have it on console. They can't have games on console. Not saying like this, but I'm talking about some other crazier stuff that I probably can't even show on Facebook because it's just straight up porno nasty, right? Anyways, though, just to show you, give you an understanding of how this works. So this is my PC, right? Sitting here playing games on here. It's my account. I can be online, still play. My son can play on my library with his whatever games he wants to play. My kids can play games and have a good time while I'm playing on the same account and playing the same stuff. Save their games on there and whatnot. You name it, right? And this is what I want to show you. And all I got to do is whenever I want to buy a new game or something like that, I go, oh, cool. I think that new game is coming out. Here, I'll show you where I go to. And I'm just going to show you one site I go to. This is Fanatical. I can go over here and I can buy a bundle of games, right? This bundle just launched. Look at that. These are old school games right here. Look at that. Some of these games are $24, $39, but that's how much I pay for them. Do you understand now? I just want to help you guys understand. I'm playing games like that, which is like PlayStation console games. And I could play games that are even more powerful than that. Look at that. High on Life. That's a $40 game. I can buy that for $7.50. And I can also buy bundles of games too. I can get like a bundle of them and go, you know what? I'd like to get a bundle of video games. You see that? See how much those are? That's how much I'm paying for them. And I have other websites, if you want to talk about it, that I go to and look at. They have star deals. Look at that. $6.99 for that shit. Y'all paying way too much damn money. You got to do, and it's funny. Hold on. Let me show you something real quick. So if you ever go into Steam, you can go into Steam and hold on one second. Let me go Steam here. This is my library right here, which it will show what my kids are playing at the time. It'll even show you what I'm running right now. The first Berserker. That's what I'm playing right now on here because I know that I'm online with this thing. My kid is online on another account. I can have 5 or 6 accounts set up to my Steam account, and I'm not paying monthly for this. I don't pay monthly for Steam. It's free. I've had Steam since 2001. It's been around forever. And I don't even have to pull up my consoles anymore. The games are already here. I have tons of video games that I can play in here. Tons. And they're all just like what you would see on consoles. Some of them are a little raunchy. Some of them are not. I mean, like, let me tell you, I got raunchy games. Yeah, you can give me a hard time about it. I don't give a fuck. Enjoy that shit. That's what I'm talking about, right? Look at that. Pinball. I love pinball, right? I pull up pinball or whatever. And then I can hook that thing up to my controller and everything, and it works great. And I can sit down and play it. And if I want to like play like a RTS game where I'm using a mouse and a keyboard, I can hook it up to there too. And if I get sick of the game being on here, I can go over here and I can take the damn thing with me like a Nintendo Switch and play the damn thing in my room while I'm getting ready to go to bed. Or I can take it with me to work? Man, y'all wasting your money. Nintendo Switch don't even have anything like this. And all I gotta say is, you're wasting your money. Go get a PC and start playing video games with me. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. This is what I talk about on my game channel, and I show you video games that you might want to play. Games that you probably would never even know exist. But if you're a gamer like me, you'll play them. And you'll love it. And you'll save yourself a fuck ton of money. I'm out. Peace. Yeah.